Hello folks and welcome back. In the previous episode we finished a run with Runecaster Warlock, unlocked the final class of the Spelldancer, and it's the only class we haven't played yet. In fact, most of our classes and races now have unlocked at least all the tier 3 cards. Most of them have a full card sets, and we will be playing with a Sylph Spelldancer. I will play normal. Let's adjust my deck. I will be removing Allure and Poise. We'll add Electrocute, Static Bolt, Astral Beam, and one more. We'll also removing the flashes. That's 3 breezes. And there is no particular reason for that, but I want to have some additional damage types in case we meet enemies that are resistant to slashing. And that's always a possibility. Activate the verbose mode, study the grimoire, and this is a great card if your agility is higher or equal to 22. You also get to craft the Thunderbolt. We saw that on our Sylph run. Reflections requires to expend momentum. We don't have cards that give momentum other than our Spelldance yet. You will get to the Spelldance. So I will get the If Pigs Could Fly, which is a great sideboard card. I'll put it in the stash. I will not get any perks because the anti here requires us to lose resilience and hit points, and that's our biggest vulnerability with this class here. We also have vulnerability in Dark and Earth, so mind the Undead and the Animists. And your own cards might leave you with great vulnerability, assuming there are any enemies left in the battlefield after you use them. I will show you how Spelldance works now. Let's get the elixir. I will also get Reverie, and you will see why this is a great card. And let's continue. Open the chest, get the bomb, get the Dancer's Mask. So I was telling you that Reverie is a great card because you get to lose all defend and vulnerability on you. It's actually negative defend. So let's see that in action, if we get to see that in action. So Spelldance, you play this card and you craft this horizontal cut. After you play this card, you craft the vertical cut, and after you play this card, you craft the cross cut slash, which has a blood tribute of readiness and makes you draw your 2 weapons. So the Spelldance goes like this: you use your 2 weapons, or one if you are using one. You use Spelldance, horizontal, vertical, cross cut, get back to your weapons, and you are left with a vulnerability of 6. So you need to be sure that you will be clearing the battlefield once you engage in a Spelldance. If you run out of action points before you do that, you don't have much hit points with this class, and it might cost you. I won't use this because of the negative defense. I will be using my blades. One electrocute. The chaotic damage kills the illusion weaver. We get the swift strike. Now, as I remember, I had this elixir of enlightenment here, so let's use it. I will use it manually, and also remove the bomb to our stash. Let's use Spelldance. And I should have used these two guys here first, my swords, but out of ignorance to show you how Reverie works, I forgot myself. So now I'll use Reverie. And all my vulnerability is gone. That could have been caused by the flanking of a horde, that would have been caused by anything. But if I follow up with any card now, I will be getting this defend -3 again. So that will translate to vulnerability. Stopping here, moving on. I didn't really have to play this card, just to show you as an example. And also, since I had the Spelldance active, it inherited the damage synergy I was doing. I was the only target in the battlefield. Good damage. That was for the sake of this example. I wouldn't do that normally. I wouldn't be playing this card since the negative defense would always debuff, when I moved into the next node, so it was just to show you how it works. Let's use horizontal cut, vertical cut, cross cut, slash. Follow with your weapons, and don't let Lana play, because if she plays, she will activate her defensive stance, and then your slashing damage would be not doing anything to her. Also might mind how you synergize actions up here, because if you go to a node that there are no enemies like here, and there is a synergy damage, it will fall back on you. Let's use sword, static bolt, static bolt. And what you can do now is get athletic and increase all this by +1. Start investing in bladed weapons, or get the heightened reflexes first. That's what I will do. It will give us a very nice up per turn generation rate, and this means that we can invest in better accessories and armors. Get maybe I will get 2 readiness. I can now reduce the breeze to 1. I also have the dancer's mask, which is a nice accessory trinket to have. But we are not playing with Grace archetype at this point. Reveries can do the trick. Sword, Spelldance. And the reason you are dealing this much damage is because while you are spell dancing, your slashing damage fluctuates. It increases, then you are using this bonus here, it decreases, it increases, and so on. You can see the combat log and see what happened. Our friend, the poet. There are many events that you won't be seeing in normal mode, because they will trigger in different environments at a different level combination. Let's do what we always do and actually I will get Yorick. So now this is what I was talking about. This situation here where you are having a vulnerability of fate and these two guys here are about to play would have been terrifying. But I'm not worried because they both have the healing tactic. And when I present my turn, one of them will die from this electrocute. He used shield. And he would be using shield and then healing. So nothing to worry about really in this particular case, but mind this vulnerability, it can kill you. It will be what will kill you if something ends up killing you. I will use the Sunstone token. Inquisitors. And yes, the Spelldancers and the Inquisitors don't get along very well. And the reason for that is because in order to become Spelldancers, most of these girls have already been burned in the pyre only to be saved by Hecate the last moment. And emerged from the ashes as Hecate's champions. I'm not worried about the damage we'll be getting much. I can use this dagger act here. It has potential of 2, but they don't have much hit points anyway. And I will stop here, I don't want to drop here below half. My Sunstone token got my synergy and did the trick. It's okay, we can finish here off now. I will get the Acrobat Thief as I usually do, him or the monk, but you know, it depends what type of elements you are playing with at this point. So if they had survived, I could use Reverie to get rid of this penalty and end my turn there. But when you change nodes, these penalties debuff anyways. No, I won't be investing much in Sylph cards. We are here to see the Spelldancer in action, mostly. I will end my turn here. Okay. So we will be playing that in order to draw the card. It threatens and continue.
Level up.
Gain the level. We still have this nasty vulnerability. And what he will do at this point won't be attacking us, I think. If he does, we'll get to take 14 damage. So 9 for us. We can finish him off now easily. You can now add Gale or the Sylph Scout into your deck. And since we don't have much ranged cards in our... we do have some, but you know, most are melee cards. You might want to use this Sylph Scout to attack if necessary, but right now I won't be using it. There are also plenty of ranged attack cards in your Sylph side of things. And I will be taking Heightened Intellect, but after I do this. So now we have a hand size of 6. We'll also get Mobility, which will increase our defense. This will make some of our negative defense to become positive eventually. And at this point you will be unstoppable. Let's continue.
What you see is what you get.
And use Yorick to draw a card. The next one deals damage to us, but this is quite good. That we got to draw the Spelldance. And when you see multicast all, you take it and no questions asked. I will not take the dog, just distract him and pick the Peridot and the mace. So a few things can survive this cycle of spell dancing, but Yes, when we move on in later stages, there will be plenty of enemies that can survive it. Perfect, we can now sell these commodities and we can now sell this equipment. This is good to use in a unique ally to permanently increase their power, otherwise it's a single use card. So let's see what allies we can have. The clock tower from the Sylph side costs 1000, we can't afford it. Has the Herald of Change ability, this is a unique permanent card. Astara has the Mental Whip. That's a great ally to have. To can pet also discard draw and gain 3 XP. And actually I think I will go for the Toucan pet. Preparation is the key to victory, and at this point you should also purchase Quicksilver and Silver Bombs or Frost. They are great to freeze a target and give you one more round if necessary to survive the encounter. So bombs stashed out, and I will also add at this point the Dancer's Mask in my deck. Since we have 3 reveries, I think we got this, we have only 2 in deck. This is orange because it's a copy, but we got it from a different card. Continue. I'm not worried about this, I will use one more. Dispel it and now play. Yorick. Draw a card. If you have only one ally, you can just right click and end my turn.
Relax, I'm just gonna borrow it. Permanently.
Now if you have more than one allies, you can still, for example, right click this card and use it on the first ally. But now that it got level up, it will cause us lose life right away, so not a good thing. I can bring in Yorick. This will cost 2 hit points to draw a card, but let's continue. Aerial Form is a great defensive card on the Sylph side. Not only we get concealment, you will end up getting 30% concealment if you play the card, you end your turn, this card will echo, you have 30% concealment then and 14 retribution, and the enemy then attacks. Unless you break this concealment after for, let's say, sneak attack. It's not beginning to deal with. This one deals fire damage. We have 3 resistance in fire damage. Can also do frostbite. Okay, and let's see who is the lucky boss. Loa. Loa doesn't have a physical resistance, so let's see if we can clean the table with our Spelldancer, and if not, we have the Reverie to fall back to. So start with these, then Spelldance, and this table wasn't cleared, but look at this, instead of 6 vulnerability now we have just 1, and that's because of the perk we got. And if you notice now here, this synergy defend -2 that we've been getting translates to your defend gets -1. Continue. That was the spell dance on our accessory. No enemies to take this damage. And let's start. Vampires. So they do have a slashing resistance, and the worst thing that can happen, even if you have a decent defense, is these guys here start to inflict bleeding after bleeding, and with your 24 hit points you will be dead before you realize.
Level up.
That's usually very illusory copy. I'll get the toucan pet. Quick draw. Dreams in the Wind. Discard 2, choose 1. Synergy Envy. And if pigs could fly. I will get the if pigs could fly and move it also to my stash. It's a great sideboard card for later. We have perks to claim. Let's check them separately. Hekate's Blessing gives damage synergy +1 and amplify. This is great for your spell dance. Hekate's Blessing. And Novice Blade Dancer is even better. You can also increase your defense synergy effects by +1, essentially removing your defend penalty altogether. Let's take acrobatics. So you can either go towards offense more, or you can go towards defense more. And with mobility and acrobatics, we've been making sure that our defense will be as good as our offense. Let's use readiness. And more electrocute. Actually, I will use this. I don't want to be vulnerable and take all this damage. Let's pay silently our respects to the dead. So as you can see, the more we go farther, more enemies will get to withstand our spell dance, but look at this. We are now at defense 5, not at vulnerability 6. On the other hand, if you have invested on offense instead, you would have much more vulnerability, but would have probably cleared this table. So it's up to you which direction you want to go. I will get the Teeth Medallion. Let's enter here. Our slashing damage has no effect, so make sure you have a variety of damage sources to use. Actually, let's go here. I will remove the Toucan pet from my deck till it's dead. Otherwise, I don't need to resummon it anytime soon. And Aquamarine. This is fleeting. When you don't use fleeting cards, all of them disappear from your deck. You can't shuffle them back with these two buttons here. Spelldancer, you know the drill. Let's now leave Yorick out of it. So quick draw mutates into a reverie card if you don't use it. Keep that in mind. So let's see, we have resist slashing, but this deals poison, piercing, and poison. Let's start with the combo. And Reverie now actually is problematic for us because we were losing a bonus if we use this card. Let's play this, and when we end our turn, as we mentioned before, this card will activate before the enemies and give us 30 concealment and retribution. And since it was attached in the enemy, it will go away. Spend mounts. As you can see, 3 enemies survived. Let's see if we can survive a second spell dance. We ran out of action points, so sure. Let's end our turn.
Level up.
Got a new level. And let's see what class perks we can take. We can take Exotic Dancer, Charisma and Agility increase, Bewitch and Vulnerable increase. We can get now the Novice Blade Dancer or Hecate's Blessing, but Novice Blade Dancer will unlock Expert and Master. You can also get Athletic and Bladed Weapons Training. I will get this Novice Blade Dancer. Also increase my agility to 22. Let's use the 2 red. And as you can see, Spelldancer makes up for a real fast runs. The problem is that at some point you feel so confident in your abilities that you no longer pay attention and then you die and wonder, how did I die? I mean, I have the ultimate character here. It's quite common. Okay, let's play our spell dance. This is a reaction, so if I stopped using the spell dance cards, we will lose them. I will end my turn. We got the Intense from the right click ability. We are the optimal target. Dancer's Mask. More of these vampires. Let's use our fate. Play an Electrocute. So this is slashing, and this is dark. That's a lot of damage. It can kill our character. So let's keep the offensive. That's much better.
Relax, I'm just gonna borrow it. Permanently.
Now this will mutate into Reverie. It's okay. Study the Grimoire. Time Warp. You draw a card, Synergy Fury, and replicate. This is the new Time Warp. I will be taking it. And you don't have to right click, you can actually target specific enemies. I'm just quite confident that I will be clearing the entire table, so let's take this amulet and the onyx. Move the onyx outside. I will also remove the dancer's mask. I mean, if we actually use this card ever, we can always fetch it on demand. So Moira has slashing resistance, but air weakness. These are slashing cards. Let's first take this one out and see how much damage we can do to Moira. So much. So when you have more than one spell dance, they merge and they empower you, making all your effects much stronger. And Moira here is a succubus. This means a demon. What would she do? Most likely heal. We have unlocked more Spelldancer cards, and Twin Blade Stance is quite interesting. This robe can be converted into a Reverie. These all play with the Grace archetype, because now probably you suspect the reasons why you got burned into the pirate the first time. We won't be playing with this archetype, we'll keep up with our Expeditious Assault. It's more costly than Readiness, but maybe we can have one and one. Let's focus on this one first. If you want, you can just put this one in the front end.
Relax, I'm just gonna borrow it. Permanently.
And actually I will use my toucan pet for attack. Eye of the Storm and Volley. So Volley is multicasted on all and deals 5-10 piercing to a random enemy. So if there are 5 enemies, it will deal 5 times 5 to 10 damage to a random enemy, but it will be targeting them in order. I think I will take the Eye of the Storm, because it's ranged and it might prove more useful. So we are rapidly approaching a town. I hope we get to find something to sell there first. Let's use this strong cast. Let this one mutate. We'll take some things to sell. And since we are doing quite well so far, let's enter here and probably die. What's that? I will use Reverie for the focus. And Spelldance is a gift from heavens. Or in our character's case, a gift from Hecate. This is interesting if you also have an astral bonus, but I won't be adding anything. Start with the weapons, Spelldancer. Hit them all in order. And actually these guys are quite dangerous to leave alive. Let's try to...
What you see is what you get.
I will reactivate my toucan pet.
Relax, I'm just gonna borrow it. Permanently.
Yorick in the front. We have so much fatigue now that actually this elixir can restore 20. And Dagger Act now costs, let's investigate, 4 plus 6, 10. We can also risk to attack him and this might make him go away. That's also something. Let's end our turn. Okay, so we are down to 4.
Level up.
But we got a level up. We can again get Exotic Dancer. We can get Bladed and Training and Expertise at this point. Actually, this perk I will be changing it because it was made in a time where horizontal cut and vertical cut weren't reactions. At this point, crafting 2 of them is not useful. So we'll do that in the next patch. Let's take the Bladed Weapon Training and we can get the lightning reflexes as well from the Sylph side. As well gives us more cards. Always useful. And from skills, we need more Spelldancer and Mastery, and a higher level to take advantage of the final Sylph cards. So keep the XP going. Let's move this sword out. Now at this point you might want to also reduce the reveries, maybe reduce the electrocutes, the astral beams can go, astral arrows can go, this elixir of adrenaline of course it will go, and this way you can make sure that you will be drawing the cards you want to draw. So, let's start. Time Warp. We get a synergy of Fury and we replicate Time Warp. We don't have any damage card, so let's Fury this defense card here. We got this twice, we can only use it once. Let's try it again. I'll play the Eye of the Storm. And if you notice, up here, when you multicast a card, the Fury, the multicast and the echo effects are removed, so synergizing Fury into a card with multicast isn't really useful. Let's get electrocute. Play the Dagger Act on this guy here. And actually I will attack this one with my toucan pet. It can survive the blow and might level up a bit. Moving on. Okay, so I will play Time Warp, use my offhand, or actually use my main hand, because now we have the agility, we might get to deal double. Let's do that as well. Right click, they're both reactions, it's okay. But it would be a waste of precious damaging spell.
Relax, I'm just gonna borrow it. Permanently.
Use the Dagger Act here. Static Bolt in these guys. Let's use Electrocute. So I will start with my weapons. No, I won't start my weapons. I will start with Eye of the Storm. This will give us an air damage of +8. So multicasting this will be quite deadly. Then play Electrocute and finish up with my swords. I will play
What you see is what you get.
move him in the front. Reactivate the Toucan pet to get more XP. And as you can see, most threats can disappear in one turn. Let's bring in the
Relax, I'm just gonna borrow it. Permanently.
also use discovery. Let's visit now the town. Move anything that is sellable, like the Erannorth, Onyx, Aquamarine. I can sell these things. Sell commodities. Sell equipment. And the stronger card in this view here is Nighthawk. Targets envenomed counter, if any, gets +2. So if they already have venom, they get +2. She also deals 8 poison damage. Max damage of the target becomes -4 if they have +2 weaken. These are the poison effect here add weaken counters. So if they have weaken in the next sooner or later, they will also get the venom, and in the next one they will get +2. And venom is a really powerful effect because it will cause the enemy to lose 3 hit points per venom count. Not to mention that she can also attack for 16 max damage. So, Nighthawking. You can also get any silver bombs we can find. And leave town. Get all provision as well, just in case. Let's move these 2 guys first. Timer up. And nothing to worry about now. Gain some more XP. Maybe by the time we reach into the next stage, we'll get to have some
What you see is what you get.
Now the more you use Yorick's ability, action points, the more it levels up, and the despair will become 2 when this card levels up, instantly costing action points. And we've been too reckless with our action points. We should take it a bit easy. I'll get another of these. Now have 3 pigs.
Relax, I'm just gonna borrow it. Permanently.
I won't enter on this one, but I will be using Nighthawk,
Looks like someone really wanted you dead.
so I can restore the cost she got to hit me. That's because she has a damage ability and no one else was around. And let's see her ability in action. Let's use sooner or later here. I don't think we will be clearing the table. I'll discard this one. Build some defense. So let's use sooner or later, and she now has the venom. And in the next one this will multiply, but there won't be a next one because we are done with this encounter. Continue. You can also use here to attack to build up some levels, if it's safe. Let's start with a time wrap. So this is not a reaction, you can use time wrap, and then sooner or later twice, and that does the trick right away. Yeah,
What you see is what you get.
Reactivate here. Attack. And now let's move out to the final boss with this deck right here. Let's do the Spelldancer. You can also attack with Nighthawk.
Level up.
And we can, if we were playing with the Grace archetype, we could get Silk Garments or Irresistible, but since we don't, I will get the Evasion, or I will get the Expertise, and maybe We can also get Hecate's blessing. From skills, we got access to the second Spelldancer, which has another set of a combo. I will add 3 in my deck. There is In Time of Peace, and Dance of the Blades, and Hecate's Moon. I will just add the Spelldance for this particular playthrough, and maybe an Electrostatic Nova. Keep things slim. I can actually remove Nighthawk from my deck as well, because she is a unique and still alive. And I'll get Thunder Slash if I wanted.
Relax, I'm just gonna borrow it. Permanently.
And my turn. Now at this point, this doesn't matter much. You won't be encountering any other town unless an event like this one trigger it. It won't. Let's move this out. Harpy feeders out. Let's use the strong cast. Time warp. Let's not use the second Spelldancer, so I can show it to you. We'll discard it. It's okay. We'll find it again. Twin Blade attack. At this point I'll just keep playing. And these don't even leave us vulnerable anymore. Let's add this to deck. Continue.
Relax, I'm just gonna borrow it. Permanently.
Dageract. No, actually the only thing that you need to be careful about is not to go to the boss with low action points. We have some defend. Let's that's quite good. It's our infernal dragon friend, and this time, as you can see, he has a +6 slashing. Not sure if our Spelldance have any point. Let's use this. Attach this to the dragon. That doesn't do anything. Okay, let's attempt the second spell dance. It doesn't matter. At this point, we'll use our secret weapon. Which you should always try to have in your deck. And this, my folks, was the Sylph Spelldancer run. I hope you enjoyed it. Any tokens you will earn up from now on, save them or take advantage of these additional game mode options to allow you to convert cards to skills, play the adventure mode, retain your progress to your heart's content, and so on. I'll be seeing you next time. Bye bye.